Among the fall exhibitions for the Houston Center for Contemporary Craft is one celebrating an interesting culture.
Our front gallery exhibition is titled Copy Culture, Zines Made and Shared, and it is a show that focuses on the history and the practice of making zines, which is a shortened version of the word magazine, and is an entire genre of creating and making that is self-directed, the content is author-controlled, and the distribution is also controlled by the creator or a small group. So for many, many decades, zine makers have really used the platform of the simple booklet, stapled, made out of paper, to distribute information, to share interests, and often find community at a time when either interests or position in society for various reasons was not really given a platform or was often suppressed for various reasons. And so for that reason, zines are about community as well as making. So in this space, we have not only a selection of really interesting zines that push the boundary of the idea of a bookletized object, but also connect with the idea that making and sharing your zine is an integral part of the way that zine practice is perpetuated throughout the world and throughout time for all of these decades still today. So there are great examples of zines. We have a workroom where you can actually make your own one-page zine and make copies of it to give to your friends and family. And we have a reading room that has a selection of zines from Texas, US, and international zine makers on a variety of different topics. We've taken the opportunity to highlight some Texas zine queens, or zinesters is the moniker for most zine makers, from San Antonio. So Isabel Ann Castro and Natasha Hernandez of Santa Sucia formed a zine that basically is a submission-based zine that gathers all the stories, art, experiences, and words of Latinx mujeres, so people who identify as a woman or mujer in Spanish, and really challenged the stereotypical assumption of how a Latinx woman or mujer should behave, and really opening the doorway into a whole other side of an experience and a way of life and just an experience of living that is the Santa Sucia way, which is be honest, live authentically, and don't give any expletives about what people think. And they're a wonderful duo of zinesters, and we have archived work of theirs. We have numerous wonderful items of merchandise, and a lot of notes that just show that over the years they published the zine. They really actually used the platform to build a community in San Antonio that still exists in the form of the San Antonio Zine Fest today. So this is really a celebration of the long history of what is really a community-based making, and how zines have really become so much more than the simple concept of paper that's been stapled, and has really become emblematic for an entire community and a culture and a way of thinking that really embraces sharing, openness, and accessibility.
For Artbeat, this is Randall Williams.